Hello everybody. Today I'm going to look at an absolutely crucial part of my workflow, one little device which saves me over the course of years, weeks and weeks of time. It's called a Stream Deck and it's a series of little push buttons which I have integrated into my workflow. And it just makes every day go quicker. So the technology doesn't get in the way of the creative process. And that's what we're all looking for, isn't it? Now, Stream Decks have been around for a while. They're incredibly powerful. Essentially, though, I use it in a really basic way. I take key commands from my DAW and I stick them on the Stream Deck so they're there as buttons. So I've got things like duplicate track, edit instrument, render in place, normalize, reverse, nudge left, nudge right, all those kind of things, which do you want to have to try and remember, or it's sometimes awkward to type. Whereas actually, if you're working with the Stream Deck, I'll show you, for example, if we look at this little piece of music here, you go, right, okay, you select that and you go to the left, now play. Let's just see all the instruments which are playing between the locators. So I push this button here, which is really useful. If I want to take that and I want to transpose it up, I can go like that. So do you see how much quicker it is than faffing about with key commands? So what you have to do to program it is you use a piece of software which is free to download. I should say I bought all my Stream Decks. I haven't, this is not in any way sponsored or anything like that. You can either get hardware ones or you can run them on iPads and tablets and things like that. So here I have my Cubase one, but I've got lots of other profiles, one for Logic. I've got one. Now, okay, so I bought one for Dorico when I first started using Dorico, because one of the things which Stream Decks can be really good for, particularly if you buy pre-existing sets of commands for your profiles for the Stream Deck, is to help you learn the software. So if you're going for a complicated piece of software like Final Cut, Dorico, Pro Tools, things like that, actually buying in a set so that you can see the commands there on the deck, push the buttons, and you don't have to remember everything. It really helped me get to grips with Dorico to start with, but actually more so with things like Pro Tools and Final Cut, which I don't use half as often. But, okay, so you have a profile. Here is a square, a button, which is currently unoccupied. You've got a whole range of things you can do. You can have a hotkey switch or a hotkey. We're going to go for just a normal hotkey. Okay, so let's now find something in our key commands here. Let's go to the key commands. Let's find a suitable thing. Now, what you'll find when you start looking at the key commands in your DAW, whatever your DAW is, there will be some which are allocated, but there's loads of other things which aren't. Some of these are only things you can access through key commands. They're not on any menus. They're not in contextual menus, anything like that. So it's well worthwhile having a good look in here to see what you think. So for example, I don't know, let's have a little look. What should we do? Marker, okay. Let's have activate marker track. Okay, bring up the marker menu. What is that? That's something nice and straightforward, actually, I think. Is it Command M or something? Yeah, it's Command M. Okay, let's just, for the sake of argument, we're going to allocate that to a Stream Deck button. So we go here, we go there. We're going to call it marker. Okay, then we're going to figure it so that it sits in the middle. Then we need to click this little button here. Open Stream Deck icon library. Let's have some plain color like that one. There's our little button now. Now all we do is we click on the hotkey and go Command M, and it's now assigned. So when I'm playing away here and I want to bring up the marker menu, I just hit my new button and up it comes. Simple as that. Do you see how this can help? I mean, it's it seems like quite a small thing, but in the great scheme of things, if this saves you, it's more to the point. It stops the technology getting in the way, and that is really, really important for me. So what I want is technology which is completely sort of transparent, and this is one of them. So you can get. I've got two of these, which is the XL, which is I mean, they're not super cheap, but the version you can run on your phone or tablet, you can download a free version to try it, and you get 6 buttons free, and then I think it's $50 to buy outright, or you can subscribe for $3 a month or something. And once you've got one, you'll start finding all kinds of new ways you can use it. As I say, there is much more complexity to this than I'm giving it credit for, but for me, just having a button I can push to go to the left locator, etc., etc. That is a godsend. Look, that's go and try it out, see what you think. As I say, I've never had anything to do with Elgato or Stream Deck. I buy all my kit from them, and keep making wonderful stuff, chaps at Elgato. Right, that's all for this week. Just a little quick one. See you next week with something else. Bye bye.